Hello everybody, what's up? CaptainTurbo here, and welcome to part 2 / the finale of Mickey Mouse Castle of Illusion for the Master System. First of all, I'm going to apologize right off the bat here. I am not feeling great today. My voice may sound a little bit weird. As I said, I just feel absolutely shit today, but I have a spare half an hour, so I thought I'll just get this over and done with, and then I can move on to starting up my 50th Let's Play and getting that out of the way as well. So, we finished off the original 3 stages pretty fast, and I won't lie, that is mainly because I've beaten those levels a lot when I was younger. The next 2 levels, though, I've played maybe once or twice, if that, over the course of my 20 plus years of being a gamer, so it's, this was definitely, this level in particular wasn't that hard, but the next stage definitely threw me for a loop here and there. Mainly a couple of the bosses, which I actually don't remember being that hard. Although, come to think of it, I don't actually know if I ever beat this game as a kid, at least I don't recall doing it, but oh well. Anyway, we have, I think it's supposed to be like a library, or at least definitely like a stationary equipment type of level. You know, you had toys earlier, now you had toys, you had a forest, you had, yeah, and I could just not pick this fucking chest up to save my life. What else did we have? We had the food land, or the chocolate world, whatever you want to call it. And now we have stationary equipment. Time to jump into the mug. And occasionally I did pause and stuff, obviously save stating and things like that, but don't worry, I edited around it as best I could, so hopefully you guys don't have to watch it. This section here on well, I don't want to call it underwater because it's technically coffee. This is pretty quick actually because we're already at the end of it. This section here can be a bit tricky just because the planes come from the right hand side of the screen as well, but they are timed to a certain. Sorry, I should say they are timed, so you can time them to your assist you, as you're about to see me do, because I died there, and I'm not sure if you can make that jump. I think you probably can if you can time the platform correctly, but I'm going to use the plane as a platform, as you're about to see in a moment here. I got very lucky there, because I got quite nervous trying to jump on that thing. And jump on that, and there you go. Unfortunately, touching the side of that thing always hits you. And also, I want to apologize if there seems, excuse me, this says I feel a bit shit. If there appears to be any slowdown, I don't know why, but for some reason the game was slowing down while it was recording. I don't know why. This is not a graphics intensive game, so. And also, we picked up the gem there, but I don't know if we were really supposed to, so. Or at least I don't understand, because the gem that you get for beating the boss is exactly the same color, so I don't know. These are always set, by the way. There's no differences, as you're gonna find out, because I do die in a moment, I believe, and I don't edit around it, so. And there you go, another death. I died to the A. Better than dying to the D, I suppose. So yeah, guys, I suppose I could talk about other things. You should have already seen parts of it now. At this very moment in time, I am almost done with Final Fantasy IV. You guys should have already seen the end of it if my schedule works correctly. But yeah, I'm currently at the point where I've recorded almost all of Final Fantasy IV at this point. I tried to jump up here, by the way, it didn't work. You do need the thing from the top of the ladder, which I can go back up and get, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, that's done. This or the other platformer, I'm not sure which one's going to end up being number 49, but yeah, 50 is coming up. I'm still not 100% sure which game I want to do. I have 3 games in mind. Okay, I don't know why I paused there. Something I say stated there. And I'm just basically trying to decide which one I want to do, because here's the thing, with the whole one video per week thing at the moment I'm doing, I have stuff up until the middle of next year, so I don't actually have to record anything yet, so I've got plenty of time to think about it, but I do need to start recording, getting some meetups set up for the LPA, because we're actually not out of footage, but we're definitely running low. Anyway, it's time for the boss, very easy boss here. The book will let loose a couple of levers like this, just butt bounce on the lever and then bounce on his head. And that's pretty much all there is to it. This is actually a very easy boss compared to some of the others in the game. Actually, I consider this the easiest boss, actually. Unfortunately, I kind of fucked up there by missing the lever. It's him again, but never mind. He's kind of like the Count Duckula, the vampire duck thing from the DuckTales game, where he lets loose the bat. But yeah, as you saw there, another green gem. I don't know why. Maybe they just put it in the level by accident. Who knows? But that's stage 4 done. If the music cuts out like that, that means I had to edit around something, so I apologize. Alright, stage 5. I guess it could be attributed to maybe like the clock tower from Castlevania or something, I'm not sure, but unfortunately traction sucks and my platform skills suck and I fell off the edge. These things are actually a bit of a pain in the ass. Thankfully you can just keep butt bouncing on everything, and eventually you will hit them, so... You can see a gem up there. You will, I should say, you are required to get that to progress with the game overall. So you can finish the level and come back and do it again. You know, the doorway won't close up or anything like that. So don't worry if you forget it the first time around. You can come back in the level and get it, but you are required to get it. So it makes sense. I'm gonna be honest, the level actually isn't that hard for the first part. In fact, I don't think this level is actually that hard at all. Yeah, let's head down and get that that thing, shall we? I'm trying to go over here to get the power up, and we actually are at full power now. Alright, we got the... I think it's supposed to be purple. At least I think it is. Sadly, I don't think those clocks ever change. Yeah, definitely gonna call this the clock tower level. Probably has another name, but... Yeah, I actually do think... Actually, I don't know what I think, because my thought process just completely left me there. If I remember, this level, is it pretty long at this point? I can't remember. I don't think it is actually. I think I'm thinking of the next level. So there's one more level after this, so... that part there is a bit of a pain in the ass. You can use the screws to hit the enemies, but as you saw, the enemy just completely... the enemy just respawned on screen as soon as I got a little bit too far to the left, so unfortunately I couldn't avoid getting hit there no matter what I did. Take out the cuckoo clock. Wait for the platform. This level I would say requires a little bit of patience, so take your time. I did leave in a bunch of deaths, as you've probably seen. Not nearly as many as I did on the last boss. Oh my god, the last boss kicked my ass. But you know, if I'd have edited out all the deaths, it would have been like a 10-minute part. Maybe a little bit more, 13 minutes at most. So yeah, leaving a couple deaths was essentially the idea I came up with. And unfortunately, there's one of the deaths right there. I do like the death jingle, I must admit, I really do like the death jingle. Apparently I'm turning into Foghorn Lego because I keep saying everything twice. I say, my boy. I don't know, I'm a little bit lightheaded today, admittedly. Probably not the best circumstances to be doing Let's Plays, but as I've mentioned before, I just have to do it when I have the time. Oh, and by the way, fuck the timing of this. Kept having to go backwards and forwards because the fucking platform would just not appear in the pattern I'm used to. Here we go, finally it does. Thankfully you can bounce on the enemies, I nearly fucked up there. You don't have to go over to the left here, I'm just getting the cake. I don't know why, I thought maybe there was an extra life in it, but never mind. This can be a bit of a pain to get. I actually got quite lucky here. Mainly just because if you're trying to go for a no-hit run or maybe on 1 unit of health, that enemy could have been a pain in the ass. I got quite lucky with it actually though. Unfortunately I missed the box there. First time for the boss. This boss, again, very easy like the last one. He'll let loose 2 enemies, but they're nothing to worry about. Just keep avoiding them, and eventually the clock face will swoop down like this, and then just use that opportunity to butt bounce on top of it. And that's it, 5 hits and he'll be dead. You can get rid of them as you're seeing here. He'll just let a couple more out like this, though. That's pretty much your boss fight. Really nothing to worry about, to be honest. As you can see here, he's also just occasionally on the other side. It might be 4 hits, I wasn't really counting. But that's it for that boss and that level. So that was first 5 stages done. We've got 1 more to go. Obviously, when you beat those 2 levels, the ladder here will appear. And now we have all the Chaos Emeralds. Oh, it might have been... Yeah, sorry, I may have gotten it mixed up earlier when I said I think they just put the green gem in by accident. It's a darker shade of green, sorry. Alright, admittedly, this level can be a little bit tricky, but not like unfair tricky. The first part that we're in is actually fairly easy. It's just another level, for lack of a better term. The boss of this one I actually had a bit of trouble with though. And I've glitched the game slightly there. Not supposed to go in there. And just see if there's any goodies in those blocks. Apparently there's not, sadly. I want to head up. Fuck the spider. Alright, you got these lanterns here. If you pick them up, you'll be able to see your way with them. If you drop them though, then obviously everything goes dark. You can also stand on them as well, but you're primarily using them to guide your way. You can't, as far as I know, I don't think you can kill those armormen. I've tried throwing stuff at them, I've tried bouncing on them. They'll go down, but they won't die. They'll stay down for maybe a second or 2 before they get right back up, so... And the spider hit me. My ass. Spiders, obviously, as you saw in the first level, you can kill them by either bouncing on them or hitting them with an item. I don't think these... I suppose they're similar to what's their name from Super Mario Bros, but I don't think they can die either. Oh, and we get chests that are actually out to kill you as well now, which is wonderful. And get the thing there. And I actually do need to pick up the lantern here because I need to jump up top. Unfortunately, I kind of threw it instead of just placing it down. Make sure you come to a full stop before you drop something. Alright, we have a disappearing platform here. What you're supposed to do is go up here, get the items, do this, and the thing is supposed to respawn over here, but for some reason it didn't. Thankfully this is not instant death, whatever it's supposed to be, so you can still make it over with that. Stupid idea of me for it to throw it to the left, but never mind. Let's take the key, we need to head back down here. And try and avoid getting hit by the fucking spider. And I start getting nervous here because I realize I only got 2 units of health left. So I'm trying to get the spider to come down, but it's not happening, so... fuck it. Throw the key into the lock. Try that with a real set of keys and see how you manage. I guess it's going to take at least a couple hundred attempts before it works. Alright, you actually want to head down here and get the key again. I actually quite like this little puzzle element here. Well, it's not even a puzzle element, it's just a bit of brain thinking, I guess. Throw it into that lock and head into the doorway. The level is not over actually, because this actually fucked me over a good 10 times or so. This is an auto-scrolling level. It's not actually that hard or anything like that, it's just... I fell into bottomless pits quite a few times here, due to badly placed jumps, so... this part here actually is where I died quite a lot, so... I kept missing the ghost, so I kept jumping over the ghost, so... tip here, just try to stay to the top of the water, and you'll avoid the seahorses. Try not to be too far ahead, because there's going to be another one. Yep, there it is. Okay, but I don't really need it. This jump can be a little bit tricky as well, just because it's a small platform to jump on, so be careful there. Thankfully though, that is the end of the auto-scrolling section. But yeah, I did die quite a lot. I did actually die quite a lot there, so... level's still not over with though, guys. This is the last level after all, so obviously it would be a bit longer than the average levels. You see here, block doesn't do anything, neither does jumping on their heads. Well, it doesn't keep them down for long. Over to the left, there's a couple of goodies up a ladder, but you want to go down the second ladder here, up to the right, I believe. Yep. To progress with the level. Take the lantern, and you actually want to jump up to the top half there. For some reason I went to the bottom part here, but if nothing else I can pick up the chest, so... that chest down there is actually an enemy, so be careful with it. Unfortunately, I also lost the lantern. Thankfully, I can go back and get another one, but... And thankfully, as well, the pattern for getting back is not that difficult, so... Unfortunately, that concrete block there makes it a little, whatever it's supposed to be, is make it a little bit trickier. So I'd rather take one hit than completely die to the fucking chest. A couple goes here. Take your time and you should be okay. You want to take the second door. I'm not sure where the other two lead. These two blocks here, these lead to the boss, so make sure you take them. And we get arguably one of the hardest bosses in the game, the dragon. Alright, what you want to do is you want to throw the block into his mouth or towards his head. Excuse me. The reason this is so tricky is the fact that he lets loose these 3 blasts pretty quickly, so you don't really have a lot of time to fuck around. Wait under him like this, but not the way I'm doing it. Make sure you go underneath him, wait until he's about to blast, and then throw the thing, go to the left so you can use the platform to block the projectiles, and just lava range repeat about 4 or 5 times. The fucking white lightning blast or whatever the fuck this dragon is doing, I don't know. Unfortunately, there's nothing else to this boss, it's just, you know, keep doing this and hopefully you can get the timing right. I do like the sprite for the dragon though. But there you go, dragon dead. Goodbye, Leviathan. Thou shalt be missed. But the level is once again not quite over because we don't have another level, so we just go through this little part here and then straight to the final boss of the game, believe it or not. Alright, the final boss is a pain in the ass, so not really in terms of difficulty, more as in I just completely continue to fuck up. Grab the lantern and throw it at her, that's all you need to do. Unfortunately, she has these two projectiles that are going to be around you as well. You can actually destroy them by either throwing the lantern at them or butt bouncing on them. The problem is, it does make hitting her a little bit harder because you're trying to avoid those as well. But this level, this boss is not nearly as hard as I make it out to be. Thankfully though, if you do die and you have any lives left, you'll just come back to the latter part here after the dragon, so it's not like you have to go far back. But with 5 health units, you should be good to go. And you can get a quick hit off there if you're fast enough. And she doesn't do anything else, so it's not like you've got a difficult pattern to learn here. Unfortunately, I kind of kept fucking up, but as you can see, because I was trying to just not pay attention to the projectiles and just hitting her, so... But there you go, 5 hits and she's done. That is the game done. It looks like the broom's coming out of her ass right now. We'll get a nice little cutscene here. And that's the end of the game, guys. It's time for the credits. So, obviously, let's just go into final thoughts, shall we? Again, I mentioned at the beginning of this Let's Play, part 1 I believe, that this was a childhood favourite, well, not a childhood favourite of mine, but one I played a lot in my childhood. Very early on in my childhood, actually. I would have been about 3 years old when I played this the first time. This was actually one of the first times I can actually remember beating it. Obviously, I did a little bit of practice before I recorded the LP, but yeah, I didn't beat this game until very recently. There is an easy mode as well. Basically, that's just the first 3 levels, and then you're done. Maybe I'll show that off at some point. I'm not really too fussed if I don't, but essentially it just makes the levels easier, and I don't think there's any bosses, so... and you don't do the final 3 levels either. But it is a good game, you know, it looks great for the Master System, you know, the soundtrack's really good. I think they swapped some of the songs around in the Mega Drive / Genesis version, but I'm not certain. You know, I really like the game. It definitely has a few issues. The controls are a little bit weird. Not bad, but they're definitely not as tight as you think they should be for a platformer. But other than that, it's a perfectly good game. I really, really like it, and I'll see you guys next time, because I gotta think of something to do for number 50 now. I don't know if this will be number 48 or 49, but there you go. I have nothing else to say. Thank you for watching, take care of yourselves, have a good night, and sayonara everybody.